would like to give me a recap from last week? Allie, get your ass in Roll20.
Oh,
That's the website I was trying to remember.
Oh, I thought you meant Twitch.
No, I knew we weren't streaming, so I didn't need Twitch.
that's not it.
Allie, it's your turn.
That's not.
Nothing?
It's actually my turn.
But I think Allie skipped a turn.
Allie did skip a turn.
That's
so...
easily possible.
It's very likely, because Ali was very tired and sick at points. Guess what?
You can't use that excuse every time.
Yes, I can. It's 4:30 a.m.
Wow, that's louder than I thought it would be.
I'm sick.
Huh?
You're always sick, and it's always 4:30 a.m.
Exactly.
Alright, well, I mean, Fox is volunteering to take over. So, quick, copyright! Okay.
I turned it off!
I was worried, we were getting close there.
We're not
Wait,
streaming
what?
on Twitch either, so we can get away with a lot more.
That's true, yeah, YouTube won't be paying nearly as much attention.
Yeah. Fox is like, you think that?
I say to YouTube powers that be, we're currently listening for their names when it uploads.
Don't say it 3 times, you'll summon it.
They definitely won't somehow post copyright strikes against you while
Alright.
your video is private and unlisted.
Listen, private doesn't mean they can't look at it.
Well, I figured it would mean that
That'd be rude of them. It's private.
I figured that it would mean that movie distributors can't look at it.
But not the botnet.
Okay, now for extra experience points that we're not going to use, can you start from the beginning?
This is actually going to be worth 10 XP points if I can get a good.
Wait a minute.
A good.
Can we decide good based on committee?
It's gonna be good. Not like we did some things and we're here now. I want to hear.
But
the
that
full
is the
story.
summation of what's happened.
Yes, but I'm saying I do
doing
not
this.
want a bare bones. I want an actual thing. If you do that, I will give everyone 10 XP, and that will be counted towards the next campaign because I'll be using the same XP totals for next campaign.
Okay, you gotta start it this way, Fox. Carry on my wayward son.
There'll be peace
with you, So last session began with us down in the maintenance tunnels underneath.
So you're not doing the whole one. You're just doing the regular. Okay.
Wait, what do you mean by the? Hold on. I think
this is the last episode for the campaign. I want a full recap. It's worth 10 XP.
Oh, you mean of the whole series?
Yes.
Does that include Rock Bottom and Possibility?
Yes.
This is cruelty of the highest caliber. If you want to tag out at some point, I'll be on the ropes over here if you need me, I guess.
You can't.
Okay.
I will let you guys tag team this if you want.
Let me see if I can do it.
Okay, start it with the traditional way. It was a dark
I'm not
and stormy
gonna
night.
get mad at you if you miss little details for this.
But
I'm
Sam
just-
will determine which
hope so.
details are
But
little.
think of this as like a series highlight of the road so far. So give me the road so far, basically.
Can we literally do it in jump clips so it makes like a 1 minute long teaser before the final episode? Like just make
Okay, but I need
noises.
you to narrate the jump clips.
Gonna be a clip show.
Okay. So I guess this is gonna be from my perspective because I'm the one who's getting handed this task. So it all began when Stottle sent Amelia out to fetch one of their operatives who had not come back with a package. On said mission, though said mission failure, I guess it wasn't because it was to find out where he was, and he was arrested and disappeared. Amelia found Aaron hiding, which was something else she was supposed to, they were supposed to do, is find this lost little child who went who went missing, ran away from her adoptive parents. During which time, Miko and Zuri had been, or woke up in media res in a chop shop where they were attempting to reprogram Zuri's brain through a series of wacky events that included a rogue AI going shithouse on those doctors. Miko and Zuri escaped and eventually found their way to the Reclaimer headquarters, where they were recruited by Stottle to go take over a spiral base because it contained an old printer that he felt they could get it running and print littler printers.
It's kind of nice when you put it in perspective, because you realize that one of his last acts on this earth was saddling you with these shitbags.
That's okay. It was probably for the best. Alright, so the team of them did just that in a way that was incredibly professional and definitely not tits up bonkers.
The mines! The mines!
See, we know that part is inaccurate because we didn't actually tell anybody about the mines. So,
But we forgot to tell the next team coming in that there were mines, and we blew one of them up.
It's okay, we didn't mark where they were.
well, we marked
We
where
did
they
it.
weren't, when really, I
Well,
mean,
we marked where they were eventually.
on one half of the building. We marked where they weren't on the other half of the building.
Yeah, that's true. I remember that. So, while going through all the equipment, we found a bunch of crazy TTI stuff that really shouldn't be down there, and almost all of us became infected with strange, biotech. We then got a distress signal, which Aaron made us go look at, which turned out to be a woman giving birth. So we acquired a doctor, which turned out to be Stefan, through a combination of what's the word I'm looking for here? Commerce and subterfuge.
Dumb luck.
Yeah, there's a lot of luck involved.
Allie, stop. I like his version better.
So we went, saved the child be delivered, determined that the child could not survive with our resources, and took them both of them to a Progenitus outlift. On our way back, nothing bad happened, just like nothing bad happened on the way there. That involved multiple wrecks and having to kill a bunch of people at stop zones. So on our way back, we found... on our way back, we got set upon by a bunch of spirals and sacrificed our car in what is absolutely the best possible move we could have done. And walked to Seraph territory, where we were given a new truck and Lana.
I stand by that being a good plan at the time.
What, getting Lola?
No,
how
the
so?
truck. The truck.
Oh, I see. What am I? Chopped liver?
Laura was
Actually,
a good plan as
you were the result of many failed plans to get rid of Aaron. I mean, if you wanted a direct, like, yes, that is the answer.
So we acquired a truck, we acquired a Lana. We found out that for
No, there's just
absolute
one
certain...
truck.
No, you acquired a lot of truck.
No, it's just one truck.
And got back in time to find out that the Spirals had retaken the base and everybody they could, and just kind of, captured them and taken them to the thing. So we figured out where they took them. I can't remember how. I'm sorry. Sent Erin on her merry way to the surf, where she was adopted by a couple of extremely cheerful people, which I'm assuming probably took some getting used to after living in the Undercity.
We grind our children up to make burger meat.
Oh, it just struck me that Aaron's underground parents are dead.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, no. That's tough.
both sets. Okay, so we dropped Aaron off, and then we made amazing plans. What?
I just reframe the story, and then we set out on our true quest to create Stottleland. It went horrifically correct.
We actually pulled off an actually really good maneuver
Yeah.
on that hospital.
Before that, though, we discovered the gist of his plan.
Yeah, we figured out what he was, for the most part, up to. Kind of, mostly.
For all the good it did
actually,
us,
mostly
yes.
Mostly thanks to Zuri. Blew up the hospital. May have been partially responsible for Stottle going all
Stottleland.
Stottleland?
Stottleland. Yeah.
He redecorated the landscape with himself.
Yeah.
Oh,
Attraction.
I was
Oh,
I
we
was gonna
did
say-
rescue a bunch of children before we blew
Yeah.
up the thing into an
which
organic.
was our mission? Yeah, which was our mission, to save kids.
And there was no
Um,
part of our actions that directly caused the explosion of Stottleland.
I was gonna say,
They
we might
did
have-
that to
or
themselves.
Might have been like just the tiniest, maybe like peripherally responsible for Stottle going all
Look, we
terrible.
poured the gasoline, but they lit the
Yeah,
match.
they
Okay.
they chose to, they could have just died like any normal person.
Look, it's a lesson. Even dangerous criminals in the Spiral Gang can't not still possibly allegedly die in a freak gasoline
And
pump.
it taught us that we would never ever play with transcendent technology.
Until later episodes.
So we got the kids out, miraculously escaped. Sent the kids away with Stefan to be rescued, I guess. To be sent
Rehabilitated.
away.
Lobotomized,
Yeah.
right, yeah.
Right, yeah. To be institutional. We sent them to want a Pepsi but never get one. I believe we turned back and went back into that mess for some reason. Part of that, or we went and
We
went
went to go
into
explore
safe
it a little
house.
bit. Oh, yeah, you were exploring the cylinder of death that Zuri let go of.
Yeah, we wanted to see if there's any left in safe that got ejected by the explosion. Wherein I blew up what was left of Rosie.
I think we're missing a really important.
Somebody help me out if I'm missing a huge important
So
plot
far, so
detail.
good.
I mean, I thought I remembered somebody going on a wild and crazy trip with the rescued children, and maybe shooting somebody and leaving him in the ditch. But maybe...
That sounds like it was revolving around some NPC that wasn't the player party. I don't know.
Oh,
that,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
In fairness, Amelia wasn't there for that.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
3 shots.
Also, is Amelia breaking up for anybody else?
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hold on, let me
I'll
try.
try. I'll try swapping servers. See, we're on east. We'll go central. Okay.
All right, we'll see if this is better. Excuse me. Yeah, they did run off. Zuri was taken over by a crazy inside of her head lady, and she shot Stefan again. Well, no, hold on, I have to take that back. That was the first time she successfully shot Stefan. We found a creepy lady made of transcendent goop. And I think we left.
know that at the time.
Well, we do now, though. So we decided to keep her around for some reason. Oh yeah, that's right. Some people in the party are nice and like to help.
Yeah, that was basically
Left.
an act of sympathy.
At which point, on our way out, why can't I think of his name?
Stefan? Donald?
No.
JD?
JD.
Yeah, like for somebody with a 2-letter name, I constantly drop that one too.
I think it's because I think it's just because we're deep into the story now, and I was made to feel like I forgot a massive thing, and now the pressure is on me. So JD then set off all the bombs and blew up half the place, and managed to get the quick okay for his security force to come down and start burning out the city. At which point we've headed back to Reclaimer territory, raided Stottle's private stash for new identities, money, etc., and took an elevator back up to the proper city. There, we got a hotel room. I cannot remember a lot of what we did, but I know it involved us getting in trouble. We
shut up the hotel room. We being the one who is forgetting, namely Lee.
Lee
being you.
Hold on, let's back that up a bit. I took the blame for the shot. I didn't.
And the blame is all that matters.
No, you attempted to take the blame, but they proved with security footage you were in the hotel room when the gun went off. That's why the lying didn't work.
That is also true. That is.
But the thing that is being lost is that Lotta made contact with some IRPF agents that were on their way out, that were kind of doing a quiet protest of their immediate and summary firing by Progenitus.
Yeah, but you did say we were going to ignore the tiny details, and ultimately that amounted to 0. So I mean,
I guess,
no, I'm saying I'm not gonna count anything against you guys on that. I'm just gonna bring it up since Amelia said they think they're forgetting something, and I'm saying that's what you're forgetting.
Okay.
Okay, so, but that ended up, as Zev said, being a dead end as a result of everything that happens. So.
So we accidentally kind of caused our friend to go full transcendent monster mode, and then accidentally slightly murdered her. Perhaps. Or at least dissolved the form that she was in.
that second part was a bit more deliberate.
I'm telling the story. At which point we had to leave the hotel and then got in lots and lots of trouble for... I got arrested. That's right. I got shot with one of those things that makes you... what are they called?
The Purge Wave?
Yeah, I got shot with a Purge Wave. And they arrested us, and... poor Zuri didn't know better than to not accept gifts from them. got drugged up with truth serum and just blabbed everything. Like way more than they expected to get. It's not your fault. You're pure. That's the...
Wait, we all accepted the gifts. We just happen to be immune.
Well, yeah. That's not true. Lotta specifically did it. We managed to strike a deal with them that we would work for them towards the goal of taking down Geyer Corporation. During this time, while we were messing everything... Wait. When did that take place? At some point during the time when we were messing things up, Miko got a job working for a company that prints blips. Pretty Pretty Princess company, if I remember correctly.
It was called something else as a front, so.
Yeah, well that, but it had a different name as a front. I don't remember. Does anybody remember what the front name was? I think it was Not Geyer Incorporated.
No.
Not Geyer LLC?
No, not Geyer LLC. It wasn't part of Geyer. They've never been part of Geyer.
It was
Right, that's the not part. It's like you're supposed to not Geyer.
Yeah.
That's how people know they're not part of Gaia.
Okay. And we went
I
and got
think
a
it was like
vehicle.
My Little Blip or something like that. It was something like adorable but terrible at the same time was the name of the corporation.
My Blippy, wherever it
I
goes.
think I would have remembered that one. I don't think that's it. I know Stefan had a better name for his chop shop, though.
Yeah, he did. He had a great name for it.
So we decided to create do an even better plan where we threw a weirding bomb into an already serious transcendent event. Created a kaiju.
I'm sorry.
Hey, it's not
You were
your
doing it
fault.
for
You
Cole.
need to stop stealing our thunder there, buddy, because we totally caused that problem on our own.
You simply allowed yourself to be an instrument.
You were peer pressured. If your friends told you
I-
to jump off a cliff, would you? Yes.
If your friends told you to throw a grenade into a crowded building, would you?
Why wouldn't she jump off the cliff? She could just maglev to the cliffside and just kind of wheel around.
In post, I actually feel like I should have renamed the campaign Peer Pressure, the greatest adventure.
That is the case with many a campaign, though. I don't know if we could just call that exclusively that.
Zuri tries to fit in with the cool kids campaign.
Zuri, many voices, one field trip.
Zuri didn't need to fit in with us. We needed to fit in with Zuri's whole crowd.
I think you'll find you are incredibly incorrect.
I don't know if it would have resulted in quite the same level of destruction.
So we survived the horrible monster that we created.
You're damn
Miko-
right we did.
Miko responded to a call to go to work. Stefan left and took lots of pictures with girls and sent us oranges. Miko responded to a call for employment. Found out that it was part of a plot that JD was putting together to make himself look good by killing facsimiles of us. Specifically,
Or framing us for crimes, you know.
Oh yeah, also fortifying that claim that he made that Amelia was the ringleader and of the spirals and all that nonsense. So we went in, took the place over, and by took the place over, I mean the keys were handed to us because Miko was supposed to be there doing a job. We found that there was a team of workers there taking Ingram backups of JD and people important to him. to be transported to a safer location, and maybe jumped the gun a little bit. Lost the truck, alerted everybody to our activity, murdered a few people who may have been amounted to innocent bystanders. Took one of them hostage.
Not for very long. I mean, now he can say he's had that experience under his belt.
Removed the programs that JD put in place and replaced the process with the robots using a scan of Lotta.
The only scan they got.
The only scan we managed to get because Amelia has trust issues.
Hmm.
And is maybe a bit superstitious. Then we fled into the steam tunnels. I'm just going to call them the steam tunnels. With our hostage until we decided that the hostage was useless and just slowing us down, at which point we let him go.
Perhaps our most foolish mistake yet.
Perhaps.
That hostage, Albert Einstein.
Oh, it's like really out of place.
Headed towards the one section of the tunnels which were not being locked off, and engaged in
Totally couldn't have been a trap.
Yeah, which was the opposite of what Amelia wanted to do.
Uh-huh.
And engaged in a final knockdown, drag-out showdown with Lotta's siblings, JD, and Brent, where we were met up with by the crazy transcendent clones, both of Lotta and Amelia, both of which had Lotta's brains in them. After a long, extremely difficult fight, where we all came incredibly close to dying.
I think you'll find, you mean Splashland?
Yes, into Splashy
The fun
Happy.
trip to Splashland?
I actually don't think this was the steam tunnels. I think this was the water park.
We took a ride on what was colloquially known as the Zap Slide.
It's electric.
The Sap and Splash.
Yeah,
It's shockingly fun.
it's gonna be a new Pulse event.
The Zap
Mommy,
Slide.
I don't like this ride. Get it!
It's the tagline, the Zap Slide. It'll kill you.
After a long fight,
We emerged victorious. That's what you're looking
Hold
for.
on.
We emerged victorious.
I didn't. There's one more detail that's like super important, at least from my perspective. Amelia was confronted with the opportunity to either save her friend or pursue her revenge, and she chose to be the good guy for once.
I was given that
Yeah.
opportunity. I was gonna let Suri drown.
Well, I mean, you were going to let Zuri
It's
sit on the
gonna
bottom
take
of the
10 minutes.
tank. You know, because it would have taken a little while.
Well,
Drown very slowly.
the important thing is that Amelia didn't know that she
Hmm.
wasn't drowning.
And Amelia's
Which
heart grew 10
incidentally
times a day.
Which interestingly enough, was actually for the same the reason was that Zuri was in the water in the first place, because she didn't know that it wasn't actually drowning.
Yes,
Yeah,
the
there was no
unarmored,
rocket raccoon wink from Miko as she flew into the water.
the unarmored dog with fins goes into the water. The two heavily armored people, one made of metal, one not, still in heavy armor. Gotta rescue it.
In fairness, you haven't seen her, do any swimming. It's true.
At the end of the
You're a
Yeah,
fin dog.
She has a frill. It's different.
She has gills.
She does not.
Yeah, don't you get gills from the river surge?
It applies the aquatic template, but she doesn't breathe anyway, so they don't. Actually, it was kind of a lost trait.
At the end, but after a long, difficult fight, all of them were dead and we were not.
That seems like the sort of statement that needs an asterisk.
All the ones we know about were dead, and most
We
of
were
them
not
were
as dead as
Oh.
them.
Also, I will point this out. Firstly, everybody in the party but Lotta got electrified. Lotta, I know for a fact, was not carrying JD's hard drives. Who was?
Well, so
It
here's
was,
the thing on
It
that.
was Miko, and that's actually a problem because Miko doesn't have hands, so they're probably just scattered around in the bottom of the.
They'd just be down on the bottom of the pool at that point.
Yeah, that's what they're just scattered around the bottom of the pool and have been electrified multiple times and an explosion. And there was a transcendent laser beam that cut through the area, and it probably would have landed where they were because Miko originally dropped right off the edge. So, because that square right here.
So we have truly murdered JD.
Yes.
So, job's done. Good job, everybody.
We did it.
They're very destroyed.
Proud of all of you.
Mhm.
So,
I will point out one of the most heroic parts of that battle, though, was in fact Miko wrestling Lotta's older brother into the waterfall. It
Miko
took so
drowned a
much
Tor.
effort. Yeah, Miko drowned a Tor. That's
Mhm.
pretty amazing.
yeah. Also,
Which I suppose makes up for all the other, endpoints in this entire sum up wherein Miko got a job. And that is the end of Miko's contribution to the story.
All right.
so as I was gonna say, Amelia climbed out. Is gonna help pull Zuri up the rope to safety, and then just stand at the edge of the broken bridge, watching the silhouetted body of another man who was supposed to take care of her, but instead betrayed her, disappear, and another part of her childhood vanish.
Wait, Seek did that as well?
JD, you dingus.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah. Yeah. Nice.
I'm so mad.
What do you mean? How did he betray you?
I'm more mad that I'm laughing so hard because I was.
That
Oh.
is.
10 points for Gryffindor.
10 points for Dumbledore.
That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted at all.
Oh, I thought that was in response to the Gryffindor statement.
No, I
No.
was trying to find. That's way too spooky. What is this? This'll work. This sounds like Moody's, like 90s, 80s music. Okay.
Is it
Alright.
coming?
All I ever
Okay.
wanted.
Yeah, it's very quiet.
So-
So yeah, the water ripples a bit, and Miko, you watch your foe take one last struggling breath, and their air kind of give out, and they are being pulled tightly against the pipe. And all of your immediate threats are vanquished. You see Amelia and Zuri clambering out of the water, Lotta looking at the top part over the waterfall edge, the bodies of your enemies just there. The drives horribly ruined from electricity, water, and transcendent laser beams that have ruined them to the core. There's just molten metal left. And the shocked face of JD as he floats downward.
So, as he's descending, she's probably going to assume that something new is coming after her, on first gasp. So, initial reaction is to shove him into the pipe as well.
It's kind of full because, like I said, it
Surely
was
there's
only
more
a
than
little-
one. What if it clogged?
No,
with
it was
tar.
It was no, it wasn't. Well, it's clogging right now. The water level's rising because of tar. They're gonna have to turn off a shut off somewhere, basically, and release some drones
Hey.
to go clean that.
Miko, can you hear me down there?
30 feet down, probably not.
30 feet underwater.
Yeah.
So,
After a few moments of no reply, just gonna hit her comm. Miko, you alive?
Hang on. What did I have for injuries?
Lots.
Most.
Yeah, she
Jordan
had a
said-
couple of concussions. What's going to come back through there is going
You're
to be
mute.
somewhat garbled
You're
and might
mute.
not sound particularly
you're mute.
terrestrial.
You took a head wound and a body wound, as I recall. So you lost the ability to do regular speech, and you took a head wound and a body wound because you were so complicated.
Okay, I take that as a semi-yes. You able to get back up?
She is going to slowly swim her way to the surface and is in no fit shape as she kind of comes out of the water, but she is creeping up the side of the wall in like spider climb mode off to the other end over here to kind of stop, and she appears to be in pieces and is not quite so sleek on the underside. There's like bizarre anatomy in there. The ribs don't link up properly, and it's not like a doggo.
Seek's body's still down there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lola's gonna peer down, and then she's going to take off any heavy equipment. She's gonna put her gun aside. Yeah. Thankfully, I'm in a vest, so not too much weight.
Mhm.
And then do we have lines secured?
There's
Is
a line
Amelia's-
secured over by Amelia and Zuri.
Hey, sweet. Do HSD guns work underwater?
Not unless they're built for it. Oh well,
Okay.
they do. They just don't go very far. You're limited to short range.
Okay, well,
Unless your gun
That's-
is already short range, then you're limited to 1 hex.
that's fine. Lola is going to hop down and she's going to put a bullet in Seek's dead head, simply to make sure he doesn't get brain scanned.
Mhm.
You might want to do that to JD while you're down there, unless you're planning. on bringing him
JD
back.
was charged and melted.
And he was
Yeah,
also
fair enough.
kind of shot. He was also shot in the head. I think is how I cinematically had it happen, or what it was either head or chest. I forget how. We
I
did it.
chested him.
Yeah, you chested him, but yeah, there was electricity with charge. So yeah, but you go down.
Sure, she'll do that for good measure as well.
Oh,
Yeah, what are you worried? You gonna run out of bullets? Shoot them all.
as a result of that, there will be 2 explosions in the water
Ooh.
because he had grenades on him still.
He was
and that's
zapped
a
up
charged
top though.
weapon. He was zapped up top, but I
Yeah,
was
he
talking
was-
about. This is, but it's you're shooting. It goes off on dead body, right? Or
No.
It goes
He,
off
when he was
yeah.
charged, he
Oh.
would have gone off. That would have gone off up there.
Okay. Well, I'm talking about Zeke. You're shooting Zeke, right?
Oh yeah, but my pistol doesn't have any of that stuff.
Oh, okay. You're using pistol. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Then nothing happens. Yeah. No, JD. His should have gone off at the top, but I didn't catch it at the time because he actually had a built-in explosive unit. So he actually should have chunked. into
Even
the
less
water.
of him is sick.
Even better.
Yeah.
And then I will swim / pull myself back up.
Okay. Also, you guys can take your time getting back up. Miko, you're probably a little dysphoriaed from everything's not quite right for you right now. And your eyes are a little bit more revealed than normal. You've suffered a concussion, things like that.
We can see.
There is the sound of metallic clicking of those like little robot drones nearby, but there are none in sight right now.
So, guy security's still out there.
I think at this point, Amelia would just be sitting down, like leaned against the, like with her knees pulled up, to her chest. And I imagine a ever increasing like pool of diluted blood because she is just filled with shrapnel.
Yeah. The water
And,
at the bottom of the pit is going to start getting higher. Every couple minutes, it will go up about a couple noticeable inches. It's a big area, so it's going to take a while to fill it. But it is definitely filling in.
Miko will look over toward the group of them and kind of assess who's in what condition. Is everybody conscious currently, or is Zuri out?
Zuri is conscious, but definitely hurt.
Yeah.
She is not looking.
Oh,
Lala's taking a few bullet shots, but she seems okay.
if I believe both Zuri and Amelia have one wound capacity remaining.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Miko will electricity is just kind of going to arc off her a little bit as she's moving, and she's going to start heading down in this direction. And there will be some distortion coming over the mic that doesn't really sound like noise, but she's going to head this way. She's not sure what's out there, and there isn't much left of her, so she's going to go find a corner and curl up in it.
All right. As you head that way, you will end up seeing the clone Lotta, I believe, is over here.
The immediate Lotta. Oh, any other Lotta?
Yeah, the clone. There's two.
Yeah,
but
Lotta.
The Lotta's still over there. There's a lot of dead bodies. Of
Oh, yeah,
Gyre
this is the
security
lot of dead
officers.
body right here, right?
That's a lot of dead body, and
Yeah.
this is a lot of live body. And as you pull up, she like snakes her arms out defensively, and then looks at you and
Come on,
Miko?
Ellie. Go ahead, shoot me on reflex. Just kill me outright right now. I got one wound. Do it, Ellie. Pull the trigger, you chump.
Hey, she's going, Miko? What the fuck happened to you?
There's
A lot of noise that isn't
Yeah,
in a spectrum she
firm
can
amount of
understand or
noise.
hear.
Well, I mean, she might attempt to talk, but it's going to be kind of like when All Might tries to speak and a flood of blood goes sailing all over the floor.
Yeah,
But
she's gonna
will
grimace.
she will go toward a tunnel that isn't the tunnel that they came through because it's better than the idea of being chased down.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't deal with the Lotta clone. I don't know what it's going to have to be their problem. Go help the other ones. Just gonna head that way.
Can I hear that from Dun Hall?
Yeah, you can hear yourself saying, Miko, what the fuck?
Hey, Lala, do you mind coming over here? That's weird to say.
Yeah, what is it? Me?
So-
Oh.
Okay, I think Miko needs to go and, I don't know, lick her wounds.
Okay, so I've
And,
decided one of us has to die.
Yeah, no, after.
Yeah, okay.
Gotta get the kids out of here. And she's gonna nod her head towards immediate Zuri.
There's a ladder on the way up that JD brought us down on, but he's got his guards up top there.
How many?
Jeez, there were 6 right at the door, and he's got some vehicles outside. He was expecting to make a big fight out of this. It sounded like he was gonna have me, and she furrows her brow at that. Short, more fluffy me, die in this incident. But
Well,
he basically had like an anti-tank thing out there.
you think the two of us would be enough to peel the guards away?
Could try. I mean, they were banking on stopping me with a word. So
All right. Lala is actually going to do a jumpy jump across.
they'll need to be ready to run though and hide.
Yeah. Guys, how about it?
Hey, guy.
You're gonna do something stupid, aren't you?
Always.
Please don't.
Hey, we'll be fine. She smiles unconvincingly.
Like,
So-
right now, Amelia is just sobbing into her knees.
Hey, Amelia, pull it together. You got work to do. Go save Zuri. Come on. The
Yeah.
other Lotto starts walking away. She's still in a goddamn like hospital gown.
Actually, saying that Lola is because she had a fight with a fucking Vitae demon, right?
Yeah.
Rough shape.
Hey,
She's rough, but she's way better than you.
Okay.
Hey, Allie,
Yep.
don't forget to put your armor back on.
I didn't take my armor off. The
Oh.
refresh isn't gonna make you sink much.
Yeah, she just dropped her heavy equipment, but you
Yeah.
grabbed that, right? Okay.
Grab my rifle up, and I'm
Alright,
actually gonna
Nico,
hand the
as you
pistol
can
over
see,
to Avalota.
There is a nice little ladder right here that's wide and open, and there's like a little hatch opening at the top.
As in somebody is currently opening it?
Nobody's opening it.
Okay.
They're saying there's nothing around it right now. They're saying it's sitting there with a nice little light flushed over it.
I think, like, Amelia's gonna slowly pull herself up. It's like, what are we gonna do?
I'm afraid Lotta is doing something really stupid, but I'm in no condition to stop her.
It's like, I mean, but what are we gonna do?
Get out of here. That's all we can do.
If the camera cuts over to a black Robert Downey Jr., survive!
The other Lotta is going to lead Lotta to the room where Miko's at. Miko, there is a one of those little hatch things at the top where you can twist it.
She will get up there and begin wrenching it with her head.
Miko, there's guards up there. Let's lure them away first. Then you can make it
Wrenches
break.
faster.
You're wrenching as fast as you can.
No, she'll
Yeah,
just wrench it sideways. She'll sit down a little bit and sigh on the bottom, looking up at it.
You're fast, right, Miko?
And she nods a little bit.
Alright. I'm gonna go out loud. Lotta's gonna support me. We're gonna make a lot of mess. I got some transcendent stuff, I think. That weird shit I can do still. I'm sure it's completely safe.
She's gonna
I
shake her head.
And once we get that done, you just go and you run. Just run, okay?
She's gonna
I'm just
shake her
gonna-
head again.
I'm gonna hit my comm and just be like, what's going on? What are we supposed to be doing?
Follow behind us. About
Follow behind us. Go
2
quick.
minutes, she says, looking at the other Lola.
Don't use the implants. She'll say over the radio. It'll come through a garbled thing.
No?
I've got a lot of them to use. It'll be okay.
Don't use the implants. Sounds like the same voice repeated.
I
It's
got
like
this.
grabbing sound clips at the same time.
Any particular reason, puppy?
She'll
Can you-
look over, back over toward the other stuff over there, and like kind of wave her head around a little bit. She says, "Too many."
Ah, that whole heal level stuff, right?
She'll nod.
Alright, last resort. Okay, Lola?
Just like, hey,
She's
Right,
going to
right.
before Lada grabs the ladder. Sorry, this is time sensitive. Or she's going to grab the ladder. Mika will bite it with her hand and electrify it.
She's just gonna look at you like, why the hell you're doing that?
Because if anybody was standing on top of it, they're currently getting zapped to shit.
She doesn't have a comm, so she's just snapping it. This one can't understand you right now, so she's just looking at her and goes, "There's something really broken with Miko right now."
Nah, she's hoping to stab anybody that's up there on top of it.
Hey,
Okay.
guys,
Yeah.
what if I called the news and
Well,
told them
do that once
who
he's
I
safe,
am?
dear.
Huey Lewis has been dead for years.
Just like I call him and tell him who I am, and that I'll just surrender, but not to Geyer.
No, Amira, let's get out of here.
Do what you think is best when you're safe, okay? Right now, Gaia is concerned. They could
Yeah.
storm down here any moment.
Safety first. It's
Yeah, but
That's-
that's what I'm thinking of is safety for everybody. I don't know. I don't know if we can do this. I'm getting pretty cold.
We can. She'll chirp back with call news, call IRPF.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, I don't think I've ever bled this much. Getting pretty dire over here.
yeah.
Rookie.
That's why we gotta get out first. Come on. And Zuri's gonna get up.
Other Lada is gonna give regular Lada a shoulder squeeze and says, "Let me take the hits. Don't worry.
Okay. I'll cover you as best as I can.
Just focus on getting them out."
All right.
All right. She's waiting because she doesn't want to start this until Amelia and Zuri are together with everybody. Because
Okay.
it's because otherwise you guys might get separated and cut off. She's waiting.
I guess we'll head over there.
All right, you
Yeah.
guys head over there. She goes to the top of the ladder, or starts cranking the thing, and pulls open the door. There's the sound of a lot of guns clicking all at once, and she says very softly, "I'm sorry for this." And there is a rippling effect as she uses her transcendent implant, which is the one that prevents damage on because that's really what she's gonna have to do. I pre-rolled this, so as I was kind of expecting this is how she would do it. The gunfire goes off. There's a torrent of bullets that just start sailing down there as this rippling energy starts to cover Lada, and you see none of the bullets take place. But that is not where it ends. The rippling continues. It starts to form like almost a dome. Everything kind of wavers. Reality twists for a moment. It's a really sickening feeling, especially for Miko, who's way more sensitive to this than everybody else. And there's just suddenly darkness.
Imprisoning me?
Oh, my old friend.
Yeah, I know.
Darkness called.
There is suddenly darkness, and then you see a trickle of moonlight coming through a strange set of trees as several moons start to move across the sky above you.
What the?
There is the sound of several people falling down, more guns going off, and Amelia rushes forward, or not Amelia, Lada rushes forward, and she starts attacking the Geyer officers that were teleported with you guys to a new location.
Well, Lada is going to try and connect herself real fucking quick and do what she would.
Yep. I will say, because she would have had her protection, and you were still okay, Lotta. The two of you will manage to take down about the 6 employees with the help of the party.
Yeah.
You guys will take them down, but you are basically in a strange, kind of majestic wilderness that just seems to stretch on in all directions. There's no sign of lights or civilization anywhere. It's kind of eerie and beautiful. But hey, you got Gyre loot.
Can we make a knowledge roll to see if this is a planet we recognize?
You can.
What do I roll?
I don't know. I'd ask the the game creator. Would it be logic?
Yeah. Well, I mean, just mind perceived check, but essentially, if we're breathing air and not in a dome, and there are multiple moons, you're limited to 1. There is an planet.
But Mars doesn't have multiple moons, so
It does.
As
several.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, okay, Venus doesn't have any moons. Mars doesn't have any moons that are easily visible from the ground.
No. So, like, either we've left to an entirely other oxygen-bearing world, in which case, nice knowing y'all, or
well, that would
Or are we on Ganymede?
Mars only had like 2 moons, and actually in this one.
yeah, but one of them was the other, replaced by another thing. They aren't terribly visible.
Yeah, those moons were basically captured asteroids that are no bigger than stars from the surface of Mars.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll my. We're not in Kansas anymore. Roll. Difficulty.
We'll say difficulty 1.
Plus. Nada. Nope.
Nope, no idea. Does Miko want to think it through?
How many dudes do we have here to fight? Because I don't know if
6.
like, are they still here to fight?
I just kind of hand waved the combat because
Okay.
I was saying that you guys will basically, for the next several rounds, Amelia 2 is impregnable to damage, and then was going to do the big damage thing. So
You mean Lotta 2?
yeah, a lot of you. Sorry, I get them. I think it's because I had a second Amelia that it's messing me up, but it wasn't Amelia, it was Lotta. So it's yeah.
I don't know that
Yeah.
I am there
Yes.
to report it to the party then, because the plan was we go out and then we run. And if there's 6 rounds of combat and I'm down to 1 wound before I stop existing, I have been
Miko
running
should
40
probably run.
hexes a turn in one direction.
Alright, so basically, as soon as the combat started, you took off running into the woods.
Pretty much, yeah. She went sideways.
So yeah, it is a gorgeous woods as you go running through. Did you want to try and guess where you
Yeah,
are
she'll
anyway?
try to figure it out when she can get to a clearing.
Because you
or
can also,
something.
tell them on the radio.
It's true. Oh, whoa. On the radio.
Oh, well.
Oh, whoa. Because I mean, you are radio omnipresent, so
That's
and
true.
that's like your only forms of communication right now, anyway.
Let me
on
roll
Mars again.
the stuff.
Radio.
I'm assuming Amelia and Zuri took cover and basically just traded shots while keeping themselves as
Yep.
safe as possible.
Yep.
You guys found a overturned log or something like that.
I got a 15.
All right, you know exactly where you are, Z. You can tell everybody.
Where am I now?
Well, it seems like you guys know space better than me, so where would you assume? Because I was thinking Mars, but
I have to,
Right.
That's where we were, right? We're just in a different spot of it now.
yeah, just as a short
Can I make any kind of a better judgment at a higher difficulty? Like what hemisphere we might be in based on positions or stars or
Well,
anything?
I'll say you'll know that you are on a different hemisphere. We never established what hemisphere the other
Okay,
city was in,
so we
but
have
you're on
moved.
basically the opposite side of the planet. We'll assume.
She
and,
will skid to a stop, and upon looking around for a little bit, we'll try and bag alive.
Yeah. Took another couple bullets, but fine.
Stop that.
Trying.
Seagull, stop it now.
Sorry, Amelia, you okay?
Yeah, but still, well, not okay, but still alive.
Might be safe. Still on Mars, other side of planet.
How'd you get on the other side of the planet?
Very fast.
No, we are, dear. All of us.
One of these transcendent things happened, didn't it?
Just
By the
look at
way,
Lon-
there is like this weird kind of hodgepodge of pieces of the sewer system are
Mm.
kind of like around and on the ground in various points of disarray, because even though it all transported with you, it didn't all transport exactly where it was. So
Mhm.
there's like a bunch of water just around, bricks and everything everywhere. The ladder is in pieces in different spots, and it's just kind of a weird mishmash of rubble everywhere laid out.
Hey, did we get
Um,
those 10 experience, by the way?
Yeah.
Woo.
Sweet.
Recognize
Um,
stars. Very far
lot-
away.
Lola's gonna like start looting the dudes we just killed because we don't know where we are. We need whatever we can salvage. Well,
Mhm.
we know kind of where we are, but not where we are.
There's cred sticks on them. There's armor. One of them only had a bulletproof vest. The rest of them will have Marsco hard cases. And there is I'll say some energy bars on a couple of them.
Miko, if you want to
And,
head back over, it's safe here. You can see if you can salvage something gear to use.
One of them had a locket with pictures.
Oh,
No, not opening.
It's okay. It was like a Photoshop picture of him with
Yeah, I
some
was gonna
stars.
say it's a whole bunch of nudes and they're all flagged for deletion.
Okay.
She
But-
will begin heading back in that direction. I guess it's a long walk.
Yeah.
Amelia's just gonna kind of turn and just like put her hands on Zuri's shoulders, just kind of looking her over, just like, "Are you okay?"
it's it hurts a lot, but I probably be fine. Yeah. How about you?
Like, I'm still alive.
Well, that's all we can ask for, I guess. Yeah.
Gonna check my toggle case. Are we getting signal like a network?
You are getting a bar. It's not a great bar, but you are getting a bar of service. So
Just like,
I'm
"There,
disappointed by this
and
bar.
and actually when you open it up and start, looking at your toggle, you are getting the welcome to the Azure Canopy recreation and national whatever forest thing. And it's got a whole bunch of things of wildlife you can see here, and party planning and perfect place to plan your big event kind of stuff.
Okay, good
Always
news,
wanted to
everybody.
visit this place.
We're in curated wilderness. We're gonna be pretty safe.
Which means right now all these credit cards are being shut down for fraud. These were just used 3 minutes ago on the other side of the planet. What's going on here?
Ah, damn.
Damn smart things, right? But yeah, it looks like it's some sort of forest or family outings and school trips and stuff like that. There's a lot of listings for different kinds of flora and fauna. It does not seem to list any carnivores. It's all herbivores for what you can see here. A lot of bioluminescent, specially created creatures, which it like cites as being provided for by Pulse Incorporated. Blah blah blah. CCC.
Allie, I'm an invasive species. I always wanted to be that.
Oh.
And Miko, as you're coming back, you will see like the diddiest little. It's about the size of probably a cocker spaniel, a kind of like little white doe-looking creature with soft blue fur spots and just kind of this bioluminescent green that's coming off its nose and its ears, and because its skin's kind of different in places, and it's got the biggest doe eyes, and it seems like completely ignoring you as you start slinking by.
She's going to assume that that's actually one of the business partners for Pretty Princess and try to avoid its gaze.
And that's why Miko won't eat the wildlife.
Miko won't eat the wildlife, and it's all Riri's fault.
Mhm.
I forgot
Oh,
how
yeah.
cute Riri is.
She will creep out of the woods and be afraid as she comes through. Goes
A lot of dead bodies.
Any of those boys got perks on them?
Nobody had a perk. They weren't supposed to be the medical people. Those people are further back.
I would like to try and bring up a map of this location.
Okay, you can get a map up. It is about 50 miles of forest.
Oh,
Oh,
you guys
Jesus.
you guys are about 20 miles in from one of the edges.
Okay, looks like it's 20 miles to civilization. Question is, she's going to look
But
at the
there
heavily injured
are
party
like
members.
little cabin sites for viewing and whatever, and there are listed trails, so you could try to get onto a trail and see if there's transport from there.
Just
What
like
do we want to do next?
what's a
call
mile?
emergency number.
How far is a mile?
It's this many kilometers.
It's she'll estimate it in blocks for her. Call them. Yeah, I suppose this far out it'll be Progenitus responding. It's better than nothing.
Far away. Shouldn't be on anyone's radar.
Okay, kids. You ready to go for a ride with Progenitus?
better progenitors than Gaia.
What about Miko? You gonna go with him, or
Kind
she's
of
looking
messed
at Miko's?
up. She doesn't really have an answer to it.
Will you? Do you need medical attention, or?
Don't know. Never been half a body before.
Miko, you look like like a pile of, like, if there's a like a butcher shop and they just kind of throw parts in the corner.
Your mother wasn't complaining.
I think she's all right. Okay. Okay, kids.
The fuck did you just say to me?
I don't know if she's heard anything because there was a walkie-talkie that you weren't using.
Other Lotta is kind of gonna match eyes with you really quick, Lotta, and she's going. There shouldn't be two of us here when this happens, and she's gonna give you a salute and start backing up into the woods.
Wait, there shouldn't be either of us here when this happens. Look, we've done what we came here to do. At this point,
what?
I think she hesitates briefly and looks at Suri. A lot of us ain't very good for each other, and I don't know.
The other Lotta kind of chuckles a bit. A lot of us, a lot.
What I think should happen here is the both of you should call Progenitus, get yourselves help, make up whatever story you need to, pin it on us if you want to. I don't mind, but try and get yourself sorted.
Like, you're gonna leave?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave.
Don't worry, we're identical twins. I'm sure it'll be fine.
You're gonna be all right.
Of course, we're always fine, right? Besides, I don't want to leave Miko alone. Not right now. Hopefully she'll start to recover. If not, I'll try and get her some help. But I don't think she should be picked up by Progenitus.
Okay.
You sure you got him?
Yeah. Anyway, you got my number, right?
I guess.
I do, yes.
Amelia doesn't understand how numbers work still.
What do you say,
Other
Miko?
Lotta's like, well, you got my Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
What do you say, Miko? And Lola waves, some of the rations. A few days camping in the woods.
She will make various noises of gurgle.
I think that's an affirmative.
You're gonna have to interpret for me. I don't speak Splarch. She is gonna, without asking, just kind of like pick Miko up like very gingerly and start packing her forward. Let's go.
Lola will throw a couple of ration bars their way, even though they're going to be picked up, just in case.
Mhm.
And then she'll follow along with the other Lola, Miko.
Hey, Lotta,
Yeah?
I'm sorry.
For what?
Threatening you with a grenade.
Don't worry about it. I think we've all done some messed up shit, kid.
You
I
should have
still
seen
hold
what
it
her
against
brother
you.
did.
I'm sorry for not giving you the shot on JD.
I'm not sorry.
He's dead though, right? For
He's
sure.
dead. Real dead.
Is this over?
That's part of it, yeah. Now you just got to figure out what to make with the rest of your life. That's the harder part.
I don't know. I didn't plan on being alive for this part.
Surprise to us all, I think.
We'll figure something out, Amelia.
Sorry, you know how to call Progenitus, right?
Yes, I do.
You remember that?
999. Oh God, it hurts.
Okay.
8, 6, 7, 3, 3,
Don't
9.
know if you want to work the dead bodies
1,
into your story or not, but decide before you call them. Move away if you need to.
Alright, the two Lottas and Miko will disappear into the woods. It is an idyllic place. There's beautiful fireflies everywhere. There's different blue and green colored and kind of magenta colored leaves and bioluminescent plants everywhere that just seem to light up as you approach. Like they were programmed that something comes by, you light up to let them see, so you don't ever have problems seeing the ground cover. You can kind of see them for a while, Amelia and Zuri, as your friends are leaving this kind of beautiful rainbow trail of wildlife that just seems to light up a path for your friends until they eventually pass over a hill and are out.
Magical.
It's a beautiful place.
Hmm.
And then you guys are alone in the dark, surrounded by dead bodies.
Kiss the girl. No, won't da 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 da.
We're both girls. This is confusing.
Fair enough. I just thought it was a good.
It just means that it's easier.
The fireflies
know.
and whatnot. Look on the bright
It
side.
means
Whatever
that
happens to
it-
you is going to be way better than what happens to the Lottas in 2 hours. So.
Miko's gonna eat us.
Wait, what?
I mean, technically, the benefits of the Vitae deplete after 2 hours. So I haven't had to suffer any of the negatives from my injuries until now. Until then.
Ah!
Oh, okay, I get it. Yeah. Oh, that's yeah. No.
I actually don't. I don't know what's going on.
I mean, this is at least how I interpret. In about 2 hours, Miko is gonna be in a lot of pain and gonna be very annoying to be around.
Yeah. Let's hope they get pretty far before that happens. The screaming will be intense.
You're just
Alright.
gonna hear this gradually increasing from the distance.
No, I don't like it.
You soon get the feeling that enough time has passed and they probably have enough of a head start, so you could probably make a call.
So we should get our story straight. So
This is important.
Amelia is going to kind of take Zuri's hand and lead her away from all the dead people. Like one grove over.
Mhm. do we want to try to explain all that, or just get away from here?
I don't know what to do. I mean, I don't know. Maybe just tell him the truth. Kinda...
Not entirely the truth, because the truth doesn't put us in a very good light.
Don't tell them about the building being your fault. That's the most important bit.
It's like, well, I mean, maybe. I mean, at least about me. They need to know what he did.
Okay, we can kind of tell them the truth now that this was some freak transcended accident. I don't think they're gonna ask too many questions about that. Progenitus is not very keen on TTI, so. and I mean, that's what other explanation is there for a bunch of parts of sewer suddenly appearing in the middle of a forest? But could probably claim to be just, innocent bystanders.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I kind of feel like I should testify against him, something,
I get what you mean, but that's gonna make things very difficult. We can give the IRPF and Progenitus at possibility all sorts of information anonymously. What I'm saying is, I think we need to worry about ourselves for right now.
Are you sure you want to? Are you sure you want to stay with me? I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean, it's probably dangerous. I mess up all the time, and I could get you caught.
I think if we work together, we're gonna be fine.
It's worked out swimmingly so far.
Quiet there with the laughter.
Don't worry, it's unrelated. Don't worry.
Right.
It's like, are you sure?
Yeah. And besides, that'd be a horrible person if I just left you on your own.
We literally just left you on your own.
I was like, I don't want to have to come up with a cover story. Let's go.
Just say you were stepped on by a giant mutant building 2 days ago and you just woke up here. I mean, what problem solved?
That actually is a good idea.
Why are those guys shot? We're not sure. Related to giant mutant building.
Claiming ignorance is going to sound as realistic as any other story you can tell, so...
I mean, we took the guns that shot them, and they're not going to get forensic evidence. You were stepped on by a giant building. How you're here?
I'm just gonna reach over and pull Zuri into a hug.
Oh, I want to hug back.
It's like, thanks. If you want to go,
No, we'll stick together.
Look. Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all right. Thank you.
Median Surrey.
Is it all for Mr. Frodo? I'm gonna go. I can't remember where Stranger Things takes place now.
Mm-hmm.
America.
Yeah.
I have not actually seen that, so.
Oh, okay.
All right, come on, Tygon. We're waiting on you to do the call.
Okay.
Okay.
You know Amelia can't do it.
It's like so. What's our? Hold on. What's our story?
There was a voice in my head that suggested we should just say we'll use the thing with the building as cover. We'll say that it, I don't know, stepped on us or something, and we woke up here. I mean, we both kind of look like a building stepped on us, so they'll probably believe it.
I think part of my armor is melted into my hip.
They'll be able to take care of that.
Okay, so we don't know anything about those dead dudes over there.
Nope.
Do we have identities? Is anybody gonna ask out here?
Yeah, probably, but we have our fake identities. They'll probably hold up. I mean, we don't have any options in that regard, so.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna call the progenitors.
Beep 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 beep. Hello. Welcome to Progenitus. If you have a caretaker that you'd like to be in contact with, please enter their extension now. In habla español.
You wanted a glimpse into American healthcare, by the way.
Yeah, so, I'm sorry. I've been in the emergency vets like all week, so I'm used to this kind of stuff. It basically eventually lets you talk to the operator.
My personal favorite is, this is the emergency room hotline. If this is a real emergency, call 911.
Yeah. Hello, how can I help you?
Are
you having a stroke?
No, but we're very badly hurt.
Okay, okay, this is where did I put my notes for what name you're currently using? 'Cause it's on your toggle. 1 second. I am keeping track of it.
I actually have to look it up myself. I don't remember. I know the new first name was Dawn.
Yeah. This is a Dawn. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. What is the nature of the emergency? I see that you are in a pulse sanctuary. Are there any guides with you?
No, we're alone here.
Okay. Well.
I was just like, definitely got some bruising. None of my ribs are busted. I know what that feels like.
Say the magic words. We're bleeding to death. Help.
All right. Well, you are outside of our service range right now, but we are going to contact a local Pulse subsidiary and have them send somebody out.
Yes, please hurry.
Remember, you can request to be transferred to a Progenitus facility, and we always recommend that. Remember, think Progenitus when you think your health and well-being.
I'm just gonna kind of lean over his shoulder and be like, "We got stepped on by a house."
Okay. Anyway, they'll be on the way.
Okay.
You vaguely hear, I think they have head wounds. And over the next about 10 to 15 minutes, a vehicle comes hovering into view with bright lights, extremely bright lights, adorned with various different advertisements for the latest in footwear and the fanciest of swimwear. As it comes down,
exactly what I need.
As it comes down, better looking drivers, faster response times, Pulse Emergency Services is here.
Extremely competitive medical
Extremely competitive, better looking drivers.
Again,
They
if you
come
wanted
out-
a glimpse into American healthcare, I mean,
Yeah. I will say they pretty much, you know, when the Baywatch people go to rescue someone, it's that.
Okay.
Then they come out and they will start giving you guys a emergency medical care. They're going to load you up. They aren't asking a lot of questions, but you do hear them yelling about dead bodies nearby, because they're basically using the tracking thing for what's going on, for looking for stuff, and they check over the area. Is there anyone else with you?
No, I don't. Everybody else was dead. I
Okay,
think.
where's your guide?
We got stepped on by a house.
Yeah.
What house?
I don't know. I didn't ask it. The last thing I remember that we were walking along peacefully and then screaming and.
One of them puts her hand over her mouth and goes, "Oh my God! Are you guys survivors from the incident over at that Progenitus City?"
Yeah.
Oh my God! Okay. Look. Okay, we gotta follow standard protocol. Get you guys in there. And they all of a sudden start putting on a lot more plastic wrap. And one of them takes out a phone and goes, "Yeah, we have a 513. We're gonna need some TTI employees to meet us at the hospital. Yeah, thank you."
I'm disappointed that following standard protocol didn't consist of instant selfies and duck lips.
Also, remember, according to TTI, demand to be put into progenitor's care.
All right. Well, they start flooding you guys in, and they offer you various forms of painkiller, and are tending your wounds.
Painkiller Extreme. I prefer Painkiller Deluxe XX5.
Yeah, they do so. You know, this is the new in-season painkiller. It'll actually make your farts smell like lemon pies.
Good news! It's a suppository.
Do you have painkiller Baja Blast?
As you're actually laying back in your little on the gurneys and the thing, and they've got all the stuff hooked up to you. It's like a really eerie thing, because for some reason, even though it's the little monitor for your heart and everything like that, you swear it's got a baseline. And as you look up, there is a little like hollow thing going on the ceiling of the inside of the vehicle, and it's constantly going, this ad sponsored by Plasma, the latest in blood replacements.
Conveniently, this plasma sponsored by advertising.
Yeah, and they occasionally show you a 15-minute or 15-second blurb of the latest Steven Universe. That is how long the episodes last now. They only get 15 seconds at a time, and it's mostly filler.
Fair enough.
And they only come out
And
once
they release every 5
10
years.
Yeah, but people watch for them.
Some people have their brain. Some people have themselves frozen for hundreds of years at a time.
Yes, but you can kind of watch this all going on, and eventually you guys are offloaded into a massive, overpriced Pulse hospital. It is actually interesting as you guys are getting gurneyed in. They don't let you walk; they gurney you in. They've got you strapped down, and the entrance into this is massive. All the hallways are massive. It's like it's staggeringly unnecessarily large, and there seems to be like 2 doorways to most rooms. There is normal, and there is El Grande. They know who they cater to. So they end up taking you up to about the 5th floor, and they get you there. You will get treatment, so you can remove your near-death things that you had.
Hmm.
They'll do surgery on you. You'll go out for that, and then after several hours, you'll be in recovery. And that is when a pair of well-dressed canines is going to come into the room to see you both. You're in a shared room right now. Excuse me, you, Dawn and sorry, I forgot your name. Let me look at my paperwork.
Lily.
What was your name?
Lily.
Lily? You're Dawn and Lily? You guys are survivors from Possibility?
Yeah.
You're in that big
Uh-huh.
translated plant? Alright, well, we're gonna need you to fill out some information, if you please. See, we represent TTI Holdings, and they flash their badges, and they're like, we just need to get your information on exactly what happened there. That incident's very terrible, and our hearts go out to you. But anything you could tell us will help us in the investigation.
Hmm.
Now, tell me in your own words what happened.
We got stepped on by a house.
Yeah, that pretty much that.
Alright, where were you at the time?
Possibility.
Yeah, where in Possibility, please?
Trying to remember real quick where the building went roughly, and will name an appropriate street.
Okay, and what were you doing in the moments before?
Well, we were going for a walk.
Okay,
Just enjoy some time off.
Alright, and you didn't hear it coming?
Well, I mean, yeah, there was a lot of noise, but you kind of don't expect the building to suddenly walk along.
Okay.
That thing was...
Were you seeking shelter from the quakes or anything like that?
There was no time. It was also sudden, and it's just not something you. I mean, at least I didn't expect anything like that to happen.
All right, give me a communication check, difficulty 2.
Huh.
You
are lying. Convince me of your lies.
They're both
While
lies.
she's saying that, I'm just like,
Yeah, I want you both to convince me of your lies.
Mine is, I'm pretty much while she is saying that, I'm just gonna be like, just like, those guy dudes fucked everything up. And that was
difficulty 2, you said, right?
Yes.
Okay, then this is it, and I have a fault on communication.
I do too. So it's difficulty 3.
Yes.
Yeah. That's difficulty 3 for
No.
me.
No.
That's a
com-
Oh yeah, that means if you fuck up, I get to do terrible things. Got it.
Oh, okay. So I can just hit this button.
Okay,
Good.
cool. Okay, cool.
I am gonna reroll both of those.
Okay.
No, just bump it up by 1.
We'll do it one by one.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I was looking at the media's roll. Never mind. I'm bumping it up by 1. Yes.
Yeah, but I'm
I
still
am
doing really bad.
gonna re-roll the 3.
Okay.
Good 10.
Roll a d8. All right, so you're at a 9.
I will re-roll the. Well, I'll re-roll the 4.
I believe in you.
Come on, heart of the cards.
I don't.
That sucks.
God damn it. She's still at 9.
You're still at a 9. So actually, no, you're not at a 9 anymore. You're at a 7.
No,
Actually, you're
because
at
he-
the 9 to see where it was. Yeah, doesn't go lower. So
I'm
you're
at a
still at a
9.
9.
How
So
much
9 of the
focus do you have
I
left?
have actually enough focus to just put 3 in.
Okay, so you're just gonna put 3 in.
Yeah,
All right, you put 3 in. Mark off your focus.
I have
Hey.
done. Sorry, that was 5 focus.
Yeah, that's 5 focus right there. The guy's kind of the sad thing is that you pretty much could have just spent 5 focus from the beginning and ended up the same. That's how sad that is.
Yeah.
It's like you almost saved money, but you didn't.
Well, I had the chance. There was the
Right.
chance to spend less.
Plus, you
The
can't
guy-
increment above 3 anyway.
The guy kind of frowns a bit and goes, so can you tell me, was there the smell of brownies? Were any weird smells? Any music? Any strange feelings wash over you?
I'm gonna try and describe the feeling that actually just occurred when we teleported over here.
Okay. They actually are very interested in that and writing it down because this is something kind of similar to what they know, and they ask Amelia about the same thing. Strange smells. That they'll ask you. Have you ever ridden in a convertible? Can you touch?
I'm like,
Can you
no.
Can you touch your nose with your tongue? That kind of thing.
If I can, I will.
Yeah. And they started just asking you a lot of just really strange off the wall questions that don't seem related at all, but they keep coming back asking, at this moment of that. And they ask you if you feel any tremors right now, if you notice anything strange about your reflection, anything strange about your shadows, any lights trying to play tricks with you, anything that might point to a continued kind of haunting. And they kind of take the information down, and they seem satisfied, but they will extend their utmost sympathies towards you, and hope that they'll see you in a TTI town in the future. And then they'll ask if there's anything you needed from them. Otherwise, they're gonna go.
No.
So, who's liable for this?
It unfortunately sounds like it was the act of a terrorist group. So it's going to be completely on the Progenitus town to handle the reparations for that.
That sounds about right.
I don't know. It seemed like Progenitus had the whole thing under control, and then they handed it over to Geyer, and boom. House stepped on us.
I'm surprised you know much about that, given that you've been gone for several days.
I know, it's like I've seen things that I shouldn't have been there for.
Oh, can you tell me more?
Nope.
Like a news report publicizing that they were handing it over to Gaia.
It's like
Wasn't exactly
It's like-
top secret info. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm like nope, just what's in the news.
And they're kind of okay. Well, like I said, that was a Progenitus situation. As far as we know, it sounds like it was mishandled by Progenitus security before Geyer went in. But I guess that they just assumed it was a gas leak and weren't taking the proper precautions.
That is very unfortunate.
We need to shoot TTI.
we're gonna need a bigger bullet.
But if you have any more information about it, we would definitely like to look into it.
Of course, sir. Thank you.
Okay. And they will leave you their toggle numbers and leave you be. Pulse will gladly bill you for your medical costs, so you guys can deduct the surgery for if you guys needed a surgery to repair, and recovery time. But when you're done, you're pretty much free to go because as far as they're concerned, you guys are victims.
What's up?
Okay, I look around. I'm just like, so what now?
Now we need to decide where we want to go.
That's what I'm asking. What are we gonna do? Like, I don't know what to do. Everything's done.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's like Lotta said. Figure out what to do with the rest of your life, and that's the difficult part. First, we should, find a place to stay. What cities are nearby?
Several, and all the different types.
I am not
You
surprised.
guys are currently in a pulse town. It basically is known for its beauty and idyllic kind of setup. It's ideal for people who are, wanting to be outdoorsy, but it isn't necessarily the high risk kind of towns that Pulse usually has. It's probably more of a family Pulse town, if anything. So it's a little bit more simple values in a way, but they do, partake in big fans for Pulse athletes, and they have their own little Pulse stadium and stuff like that. But it isn't whole hog. We're going to, put our lives at risk 24/7 in the true Pulse way right now. Because they have kids in this town. Lots of them. This is kind of a family center. They also have a lot of hospitals here, and they are doing research into further pulse technologies.
So they are putting their lives at risk.
Yeah, they are, just in a different way.
It's like, well, yes, we could find out. I don't know. Yeah, we got to get a place to stay first. Let's do that first.
Yeah. I mean, for right now, just a hotel will do.
Right.
But then, yeah.
All right. Well, Amelia and Zuri will spend the next while making arrangements for a place to stay. Over the next 6 months to a year, they will find their way into actual employment and a more secured place. Unfortunately, we don't know where because I haven't really got that from either player.
I'm sorry.
And so the two characters will spend the next 6 months or year or so, getting to be real people for a change. Getting a chance to teach Amelia
Can't say that about
about
that cog.
things like you can say that about Vector, so you can say that about Cogs. Getting a chance for Amelia to see what it's like to be a civilized person, and I say civilized, it'll lose term. Zuri gets to take Amelia out to their first sporting event and grab Amelia and keep her from go flying over the thing to join into a brawl. She gets to take Amelia out to a bar and grab Amelia and keep her from attacking the bouncer who tries to check their IDs when they come in. She gets to have the constant battle of trying to get Amelia to keep a rifle locked away in the house rather than on her back 24/7.
Well, on the plus side, Amelia's going to be a lot more chill. Actually.
Yeah, Amelia is going to, as time goes by, get involved.
Discover Xanax.
Get involved from being in the Pulse Town for a little while, and then going on. She falls in love with games, and she falls in love with something that is a form of strategy game. And she becomes the biggest nerd during the 6 months, and squanders a large amount of her money on this strategy game.
It's not squandering.
Look, I'm just saying, paint the ones you have before you buy new ones, Amelia.
Amelia sits there looking at her check. What if I paid someone else to paint them?
This money thing, it's a dealio. But and during that time, they will have whatever contact with the rest of the group as they are able to. They are left pretty much alone as far as any continued follow-ups from the Progenitus town. Zuri is able to make anonymous donations and try to make a effort on the outside of gathering materials and support for the victims of Possibility and what happened there.
Mhm.
Going back over to the people in the woods. Lotta, and Miko.
Lotta.
You guys watch after a while as a vehicle descends from on high, blitzing out the most obnoxious, like ringtone-esque thing instead of a woo woo, as this pulse ambulance comes down to rescue people. It is always a sight when you see one.
Rather than like the sirens, it's just playing the Avengers theme.
Yeah. Yeah, it's unnecessarily active, and for some reason it shoots fireworks when it lands.
Fair enough.
Beautiful.
Why. So you
Just in
guys
case somebody has having cardiac.
seizure-inducing lights ensue, but you guys can see that from your far-off distance as you guys are wandering into the woods. You are able to catch rest over the next several days. I'm assuming Miko screams for at least a full day.
Well, I mean, she can't, because, like...
It's
no-
just
no
on all
noise.
wavelengths, though, right?
Lana turns her radio off 10 minutes into the day.
It's actually, again, because of the Rick and Void core, I don't know that it ends up mattering.
The screaming continues until morale improves.
Well, I don't know that the screaming actually happens, so because she doesn't run out of it, so there isn't a point where it actually takes effect.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you hunker down. I'm assuming for several days.
Yeah, it will take. So
Could
I
be
can't
become
actually
the-
start regenerating until my wounds are full.
Yeah.
So I need to heal first, and then I need to heal again.
Yeah, that's a
I'm gonna be
Lana
down
will
for a
stay with
while.
you, as will Lana.
Over the next several days, the two Lottos kind of run interference for Miko. There are, during the daytimes, little scout groups and adorable little family picnics going through this forest. And
By the end of it, both Lanas are naked, covered in tribal paint, leaves, greeting
Yeah.
at trespassers.
The children have just been strung up by their toes. Like, stay out of this wood.
at one point, the cutest little doe-eyed deer vector child comes through the woods, pulls some leaves back, and spots Miko, and goes, "Mommy, look at the ugly dog!"
This one I'll eat.
The parent doesn't even come to look at Miko, just drags the child away. But you managed to keep people from discovering your guys' little mobile campsite, and you kind of get the idea that this is just a really chill park, considering it's false.
As we survive in the wilderness, there are people on the swing sets.
Yeah. There's actually like the aroma of food and stuff like that coming because they have a little campground area with like a little like printer that you can go up to and print hot dogs and stuff, and people have their little fake campouts out there. It's
lot of
like,
I
rough
don't have to hide that bad. I'll just go get food. One of us is close.
Lotta's like doesn't tries the camping thing for a little while, realizes she has no camping skills, being this urban street rat thing in the ground, goes over to the hot dog printer, comes back down again with new stuff, She's
Yeah.
watching Netflix.
I mean, this is full on glamping. That's how this is pulse glamping, you know.
Yeah.
So
Glamping?
it's
Glam
it's
camping.
glam camping.
Oh,
It's basically camping with all the amenities of being in a house. So you have your Netflix, you have you have a bed, all that stuff.
You have a
instead of
fridge.
like
mhm.
you have
Okay,
air
I get it.
conditioning if you need it, that kind of
Pretty
thing.
Putting a tiny mobile house into the woods just to say you were in the woods.
Yes,
The
that
woods
is-
look
it's
better,
full
you
on
see.
glamping. But they have these really cool, kind of like clear dome setups. You guys, as you're moving around the woods, you find these little lodges that they have, and they have it set up so you can see the trees and the stars really well. So the top part is transparent, but there's privacy around the sides.
By the time
But
the like end of the week rolls around, she has actually begun to put herself back together again fairly well.
got your face back on.
Yep, more or less.
All right. Yeah. So by the
I,
end of the week, you guys own this camp. You know how this place works.
my desperate hope is that at some point during the course of that week, the Lottas were forced to put a cone on Miko.
Stop licking yourself. Yes, the cone of shame may have come into play, and it was
Quit picking at it.
But by the end of the week, Miko is okay, and the other Lotta is adjusting to being the other Lotta.
Have we like named her yet? Can she be not a Lotta?
She would like. She actually is. She's basically going to one day go up to Lotta and say, "I've decided my name is Odette."
Is what?
Odette.
Odette?
Mhm.
Weird name.
Lotta
I
looks
like
at her.
it.
No, you haven't.
She elbows you and goes, "Odette's been paid."
I fucking hate it.
I know you would.
I knew you would, because I do.
I'm a walking joke.
Yeah,
As
but
if
she-
as if the bullying in our childhood wasn't enough.
Yeah.
And they both start backing away from each other, doing the finger eyes thing. Watching you.
They're
Yeah,
all
but-
dead now.
But she is going to be talking on and off quietly to Lotta about their future together and their future existing while Miko is healing. By the end of the week, you guys are capable of being mobile and getting out of this park.
Miko
Okay,
will,
Miko.
will stretch out of it and run around in a circle. Be like, I was, I didn't really have any absolute guarantee that that was a recoverable situation. You might have been here for a while.
Yeah, I know.
Were you gonna eat me if I started rotting?
No, I don't trust where you've been.
Oh,
The other Odette, or is this a hand? Maybe.
They were already different people.
I found the hot dog thing. So that
So-
kind of solved it.
You got any plans for yourself?
I don't know. She's gonna sit down and look over. I've been thinking it over, and I still want to find out what Geyer was doing, but I don't really have any ins anymore, short of just raiding the place.
I wouldn't recommend that. Maybe let it cool down a bit. Maybe TTI will keep some logs.
Yeah,
Surely they'll if Gaia still
TTI's
exists, you'll be able to check it out. If they don't, TTI will take on their stuff, right?
and unless it was something that was already sanctioned. We never found out if this was an official operation or not, but they were in there, more than once, and they seem to stick around.
It's true.
Maybe it's best to let it lie.
At least for now.
Did you have an idea?
We've been talking about it. We're, I don't know. We've got a bit of a debt to repay, I think.
But
There's a lot
but I
of lives
thought-
lost.
a debt's been paid.
Personal one. This is more broad.
Well, who do you owe?
Society, maybe? I don't know. I just feel like You know, no, you don't. You weren't down there. The Seraphs were doing a good thing at the start, and I kind of there are other slums, other people that need help, and think about returning to one.
Really? Well, I mean, I guess you went down there voluntarily the first time, but
Hmm.
you're just gonna go in as a stranger, which I've done before, and look where it got me.
Well, actually got a little bit of a roundabout plan for that. Thinking maybe try and get myself in with some IRPF contacts, maybe take on a job, get myself known, and get myself known as a liaison down there.
Oh, gainful employment. There's a thought.
Yeah,
I tried it once. I didn't care for it.
yeah. I seem to remember it going a little badly.
She's going to ponder a little bit as she was looking up and said, I was thinking I might try to get a hold of Amelia and see if she still wanted to go into space.
I'm sure that's a good idea.
I don't know. They might get, something figured out by then.
Can I be frank with you?
No, I'm already trying to figure out your other name.
My name's Odette, not Frank.
Very funny. Like, Miko, it was us banding ideas together that made through the murder of over 500 people.
Are we totally giving her credit for that? That's hilarious.
Yeah. She pulled the trigger, but, it's us.
What a weight off your shoulders.
What I'm saying is I think we may be a little wrong for them.
Oh, right. Hope for salvation and such.
Honestly, I think they could manage it. Us, not so much.
I'm not really sure where I'm at anymore. A lot of this stuff that's happened to me over the past couple of weeks just doesn't seem like it would be anything that I would have programmed into a new body. I thought Geyer might be some evidence to that, but that seems like it's an unrelated topic at this point. I'm not really sure where else to look.
Is that what you want now? Find out truth of yourself?
I don't know that it's important that I really find out why I was made. It's actually not that much of a driving factor. But I do seem to be looking for things, and I think I want to keep looking for things.
Well, why don't you put everything else aside and don't worry about the who's or why's or what's and just seek?
Because that's dull. She fluffs down. That, and I'm not really sure where to start. I guess I could go track down the next big exploding thing.
You could just pick the next random town, next random planet, and see if there's anything interesting there. Throw a dart at the map.
I can't throw.
Oh, roll over until a bit of the map sticks to you. I don't know.
That's highly imprecise.
No, I guess either way, we're not staying here, right?
Probably not. I've gotten tired of this tree. This one in particular.
To be honest, I don't kind of. She looks out for a bit. Kind of don't like this planet.
Well, can you really say that? You've only been to like one city and the underground.
Yeah. And look, there's dead bodies both places. Dead bodies over there. There were dead bodies here. Sure, we brought them with us, but
I mean, I'm not going to pretend that more aren't going to show up if I go someplace. It seems to be a theme.
yeah, know what you mean.
Well, you want to steal a ship?
How
I mean,
much
I guess we
money?
could get a ticket. We could get a
I'm
ticket
sure-
that's easier.
Maybe
Yeah.
we should steal money instead and buy a ship.
See? I like your
And it says,
thinking.
I'm suddenly alarmed as to where this 15,000 credits has come from.
Well, I wasn't aware it's like nobody told me we got 15,000 credits.
Yeah, at some point you're gonna check your toggles and find that you got 15,000 credits from Anonymous.
Oh, okay.
Oh look, we got 50,000 credits from Anonymous.
I guess we could buy a ship.
I guess we could. Should we be worried about this? Who would pay us 15,000 credits?
Hey, you wanted the mystery, right?
I do, but like this seems like the sort of mystery that ends with loan sharks and thumb screws, and like we just finished that one.
That's cool. You don't have thumbs.
I am
Listen.
saved.
If loan sharks come, do you think that you even get a chance to put thumb screws on us?
Fair enough. I guess we could buy a ship. I don't know how to fly a ship. Do I?
Buy a pilot.
Well, I don't. And I'm pretty sure I don't. She says, looking at the other, not Lotta. Do you know how to fly a ship?
Maybe. I don't know.
I guess we could buy a Neuroplex.
Yeah,
Guess we could.
and I'd like a toggle.
Yeah, we kind of need to sort you out an ID.
Yeah.
And clothes. Maybe. I mean, the palm prawn is wearing well these days, but
Okay, so
Jealous much.
I guess we stop being wilderness people then. Look, how about we head into town, see, and just start trying to find ship contacts, whatever.
all right.
Go to the stars, and I don't know. We'll figure something out.
All right, you guys do head into town. Lotta, you're able to reach out to some drifting IRPF contacts. After you guys make some purchases, you get Lotta to, now known as Odette, a fake ID / real ID, and you guys pursue off into the stars. Eventually, you will go to Venus, where Lotta will pursue her dream with Odette, and the two of them are going to go subterranean again. Try to make a difference the only way they know how.
Where no one can see them.
Yeah, where no one can see them. Miko continues chasing adventure. Because it's always
Leaping
out
from
there.
lifetime to lifetime.
Leaping from lifetime to lifetime. Over the next 6 months to a year, Miko, because you're interested in it, you will, in the dark parts of the web, get inklings that basically from a blip conspiracy theorist on Venus, which is where you're hanging out at, that the entire thing that went down on Possibility was an attempt to create a bioweapon. The conspiracy theorist thinks it may have been related to the madness of the CEO. Geyer has been subsequently dismantled with no official announcements from TTI as to why. But they took over the holdings after the company president died, and within a week they dismantled the entire thing, and IRPF resumed their contract with Possibility. And that is where we are ending the adventure for Possibility and Rock Bottom. Hope you guys had fun.
Yeah.
Yay!
Oh,
We will
definitely.
talk about resuming a adventure in the coming year. It is actually really good timing that we're stopping right now, considering that I have to be constant care right now for my puppy, who I have been checking on the entire time tonight. So, but I will say, as a parting shot, everyone's getting 20 XP and another 500 credits. Keep track of this total, because it will be used if you're making new characters at the beginning of the next one. So keep track of the total. So I know you guys have weeks to figure out if you're bringing in new characters or running old characters.
Wait, the credits will too?
Yep, credits will too.
Okay, so it's really important because we might need to rewrite the last 20 minutes or so, but if we're incorporating the purchase of a $15,000 spaceship I don't get to use, I'm taking that back.
total for the next characters, we should be at, and I believe.
Also, this is
54
the
is my
overall total. So if you guys are starting a new character, you'll be back at whatever money and stuff like that. So
What?
if-
That does look about right.
Can we have one more experience so that we have a 55?
no,
You're a monster.
You'll get it for the recap at the
Yeah.
beginning of next session.
yeah, it's a recap. Beginning of next session.
It should be a really easy one.
I don't know why we're here and they're screaming.
I would like to note, if I had known that Lotta, and Miko were gonna go on a space adventure, I wouldn't have broken up this group.
That's okay. Lola wasn't going to give you a choice.
Oh,
Yeah,
and all the space fun to yourself, huh?
well, Lotta has full intentions of pursuing an underground career. Miko is going to be the one saddled with the spaceship at the end of this.
Miko fly.
Miko,
That is basically how that ends. She's going to point it toward the nearest TTI ship and crash it.
and be like, "Hello, why? You have such interesting tech."
So we crashed the spaceship into.
A spaceship.
Into
space
another
station.
spaceship, which
Everything died.
conveniently it's like a breaching pod. Not engineered for that, but really all you have to do is survive the collision, and congrats, you've got a breaching pod.
And then
And then the other ship eats you.
they'll be like, "Who are you?" And Miko will be like, "I can't let them know." Miko lie.
As long as we don't get the
hopefully you
Miko
guys
die.
had fun.
We did.
By no means.
I thought of something.
Yes.
That I think would probably that I think would be in the time following this during the 6 months to a year.
Yep.
I would say that for like the first month, Amelia definitely just kind of bums around and watches TV,
Mm-hmm.
and she just has to be like pushed out, just like, no, you have to go get a job and
The
stuff.
best part is you start this with, but why would anybody watch this 6 hours later?
I just think she's just watching the sci-fi equivalent of The Price is Right.
Yeah.
It just used to be like Grunkle Stan watching the Downton Abbey thing.
Yeah.
Where's the remote? Kids,
Kids!
How do I
The
turn it
wedding-
off?
you had your chance at the cotillion.
But I don't know what kind of like gainful employment that she would actually wind up in.
You become a full. you run. You run a single person store for the gaming company that you got into.
Oh my gosh.
It's
You
not
close on
actually
Mondays and
earning any money
Tuesdays,
right
and
now. You're your own best customer. It's just kind of that.
yeah, they pay the mostly in product discount.
I may actually do that as a side job, but I was thinking eventually she might actually go get a job in security.
Yeah.
She's gonna
Because it's
become a cop.
pretty much all she knows is being an enforcer. But I also think that some point during that time, as time goes on and she spends like this time with Zuri, seeing Zuri work to do this reparation thing that she does, where she sends her money to Possibility for that stuff, and Amelia and I are not contributing that much. She'll probably eventually start looking into the city's local underworld and start probably working back into criminal enterprises,
Oh no.
We'll forget about each other.
but trying not to let anybody know about it, so that there's just money coming in, and she can be like, "Here, you can, you've got this."
You've tainted the deeds.
Dun dun dun.
Eventually, you
That's
get,
why
you
he
know,
doesn't want Zuri
And
to
the best
know.
part is you and Zuri both have a fault in communication, so who knows if you'll ever figure it out, or if you'll be so blatantly bad at it. Those are exciting things to continue to think about.
Yeah, that's like
You'll
the
be
kind of
like,
thing. Just
I
like,
totally didn't do anything extremely illegal to do this. Zuri just stares at you. Well,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
that sounds about right.
I believe you.
And we
I-
never talk to each other again.
But didn't you just get a bonus last week? Yeah, they're giving out double bonuses. That doesn't sound
I got a
right.
new. No, I went and got a new job. It's work. Here, what's it like? It's work. No, that sounds like somewhat Amelia.
it's warm and mandatory.
I have to wear business suit and carry briefcase.
You can't keep taking your rifle out of the house. It's not legal. I didn't take it out. It's on your back. I didn't take it out.
It's in
Okay,
my-
I believe you.
No, it's dismantled and put in the briefcase.
Yeah.
She gets one of those briefcase rifles. It is
But
briefcase
this-
for business.
This is just a. This isn't a. This
It's
isn't
a
a rifle.
business rifle.
This this on my back. This isn't a rifle case. It's just a backpack for my applesauce.
It's a novelty umbrella.
Why do they call
Oh,
it a
oh,
business rifle? Because it gets the job done.
And by job, I mean accounting and numbers. Accounting for the lives I've taken. What was that? Nothing.
All right. Well, that is where we are going to end tonight. Thank you guys for playing.
Thank you for running, Sammy.
All right, and I'm very open to ideas for what we do in the future because right now Sam is completely.
I wish to eat
brain.
cupcakes.